Or should I say Mrs. Grant?
No, none of that. Is Garrick, is he up still asleep?
Well, yes.
Well, I have to wake him. What about his packing? Have you finished it?
No, I didn't think you'd need his bags till later.
That's the original plan, but it's gone. It's finished. We've got to finish packing his belongings. He's coming with me.
But what about Mr. Grant?
Don't ask questions, please. I need you.
So what's the deal, Danny? Is she all right? Do I need to worry?
No. She'll be fine. It was just all too emotional for her.
Yeah? Personally, I think she fainted because of embarrassment. Brenda, listen, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. The important thing is the truth, and little by little, bit by bit, person by person, it's coming out. And why are you looking like that?
I got a real bad feeling here. What if Michael goes back to Grandview and says, Gabrielle, everyone says this is Brenda's baby, and she goes, no, they're lying. Let's get on a plane and get married in Europe.
Don't say that, Max. She's not going to do that now.
We don't know that. It's got me worried. You know what? I think I better go to Grandview just to make sure about this. Listen, you stay here. You see Rafe. He's going to be here any minute, and you can get the legal gears moving, okay?
All right, but I want you to be really careful with Michael.
Oh, I can handle him.
Where are you going?
Get a drink of water. You mind?
You wouldn't be thinking of going to Grandview, would you?
You know, lady, I've really been trying to figure you out. Either you know the truth and you were trying desperately to hide it, or Gabrielle has deceived you completely. And once I figure that out, I'll know whether to pity you or just to rip into you.
You know, you have made my daughter's life a misery since the day she met you, and now you won't even give her a few moments to work things out with Michael.
Work things out, Julia? Michael's not going to work anything out with Gabrielle once she confesses about the babies. Now, do you want to move out of my way? Because I would rather not pick you up and move you myself. Thank you. Rafe, you got here.
Is this on the level, Max?
You bet it is. Listen, Brenda can fill you in. Tina can give you the details. Michael and Gabrielle are at Grandview. I'm heading over there right now to make sure they don't take off with the baby.
No, stop this man. Stop him. He tried to rape my daughter.
Let's get all your belongings together. You're going to take a short trip with me to start a whole new life. A life that you were originally meant to spend with Brenda. Yes, because Brenda is your mother. And do you know who your daddy is? Stephen Holden. And your real name is Stephen Holden McGillis. Yes. And I have one wish, one very special wish. When you're a grown man, yes, and you hear about this story, will you please forgive me? You are so loved. You are surrounded with love. Brenda loves you. Oh, Michael really loves you. And I adore you. I have fallen hopelessly in love with you. I have another hope. Maybe Brenda will let me come and see you. Because I know Michael would like to see you, too. Yes. And you're too young to know any of this. And that's just as well. But we are gonna miss you so much. I know. Oh, darling, I know. I'm all done. Okay. Put the bags in the car, and I will be right there. Yes. Yes, I will.
Where are you going? Are you going somewhere with my son?
Oh, Michael, I thought this would be easier if I did this alone.
Did what alone?
Haven't you spoken to Tina? Don't you know everything?
Melissa, take the baby upstairs, put him down for a nap, and take the rest of the day off.
Yes, Mr. Grant.
Where were you planning to take Garrick?
To the chapel. So that you could say goodbye and hand him over to Brenda.
So that I could say goodbye and hand him over to Brenda. Why would I want to do that?
I don't understand.
You don't understand. The woman who claims to love me and has pressured me for weeks to get married as soon as possible, who made a complete fool out of me at the altar by leaving it, the place where we were about to pledge our lifelong loyalty and love.
How can I pledge loyalty and love when I've already betrayed you?
Yes. With Max.
No. No, with your... He's not your son. He's Brenda's son. Michael, I did what they are pretending to do on Fraternity Row. Garrick died that night in the nursery, and I switched him with the nearest baby, which was Stephen McGillis. Garrick is Stephen. Your baby died.
That's not possible. Modern hospitals have safeguards against just that sort of thing.
Yes, they do. But there was an emergency that night, and all the personnel were busy. There was no one in the nursery. That's why I was able to do what I did. I also switched the baby's footprints.
The baby was ill, but he was nowhere near death.
He wasn't doing well, Michael. He wasn't responding to the medication.
No, it's preposterous, and you would not do that to me.
Listen to me. I'm going to explain everything, and I want you to please listen. Do you remember the night Martin called me at the hospital, told me to come right over? When I got here, you had locked yourself in this room drinking. You were suicidal. When I finally got in, you said if anything happened to Garrick, you had no reason to go on living, that you would kill yourself.
I remember the evening very well. Alicia had died during that day.
I know. And I left here, and I went back to the hospital to check on Garrick.
And he was fine.
At first. But then he stopped breathing. His heart just...
And he was fine, wasn't he?
And I was certain that you would crack, that you would commit suicide if you lost your son in the same day.
I would have, but I didn't lose him.
The next thing that happened, Michael, listen, there was a little baby right next to him. They looked so alike. It was Stephen. I thought Brenda would get remarried. She could have other babies. I didn't know she could never have children again. And I was so overwhelmingly concerned about you. And Alicia had begged me to look after you and the baby, but the baby was dead. And I was certain that you would die next.
Stop this! I will not listen to this anymore. I will not believe that the woman that I loved and chose to take Alicia's place and be Garrick's mother could be persuaded to join a conspiracy to give Brenda McGillis my son.
Oh, no, Michael.
What did Max offer you, honey? Or was his body all it took to get you to agree to his rotten deal?
Don't you see what you're doing? You're trying to figure out all kinds of different scenarios except the truth. Now, that's understandable, but...
You know nothing about the truth or love or honor.
Quite the contrary. I believe now that I do know something about that. If I could take back that night, that moment, I would have run screaming from that nursery and left God's work alone. I thought that I was giving you happiness. A happiness that I now have to take away from you. And that's not fair. There's no justice in that, but I didn't know that then.
This story was cooked up by Fraternity Row, Gabrielle, and somehow Max convinced you to playing the starring role, but I'm not buying it! Now pack your things and get out of my house and out of my life. You are never to come anywhere near my son again.
He's not your son.